Well, welcome everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and it is just going to uh, be an amazing time together here. That this is a time-proven process. I call it Mindset for Your Heart and Wallet. I actually started this over 20 years ago with corporate America. I had my own consulting company and was consulting with Fortune 100 companies around the world, and individually they would pay $25,000 for this process. As a group, as a team of like 10, it typically would be about $2,500 per person, and you're going to be able to get this for free. And so this actually is 5 sessions that we're going to be together, that each session is an hour, and I guarantee you it'll change your life. It'll be just amazing. In fact, on Tuesday, it was a couple days ago, I did this live, and I had done this about 6 weeks ago with some agents, real estate agents, and then I had also done it about a year ago. So I don't do it very often, maybe once or twice a year. But the person that did it a year ago, they had doubled their business, and they make about $25,000 or more a month with their business. They also accumulated, they shared with us, this was Ryan was sharing with us, that he also, I have a way to make over 100% of your commissions in real estate. It's really just unheard of. But he was sharing that he had also now in savings $10,000 from last year. So doing more business, doubling his business, having all of those, that savings. And then we heard from 2 other agents that happened to be in the room, and one agent had just started with me about 5 weeks ago, and she reported that she had 3 listings and 2 buyers already within that 5-week window. And we're talking, this is January right now, so we're talking about the slowest months of real estate. And so this is going to be true for you. And just one other person that had chimed up on Tuesday was Angelica. And Angelica, she had shared with us that she had 4 closings. She joined me about 6 months ago, and she had 4 closings in December, and she's never ever been at that point. And so you'll see someone, I'm hearing some background there. So there we go. All right, we muted that and to make sure that but if you do have any questions, just let me know. And hey, Nancy, how are you? And so people are coming on, but just know that this process will increase your business. Typically, it at least doubles it. Most of all, you think about $25,000. Yeah, please mute that. That keeps on going on. Let me see if I can do something here. I'm going to mute everybody just so Kern will be muted. Yes. And so I'm going to mute you just so that we can all hear this and without any interruptions. And so we're going to start this, and it's going to be easy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really remarkable. And you're going to hear some things that you have never heard before. And so I would suggest that you write things down. When you hear an aha, and you will today, that I want to make sure that you write that down and then review your notes. You'll see it'll just be a blessing. All this will be a blessing. You'll end up being happier and and wealthier and even healthier. And I'm an example of that. In fact, we have an honored guest with us today, Dr. John Beldock, and hey, John, and we see you there. That he's the man that about 18 years ago started Eco Broker, and we're going to talk a little about that today. He actually has something for you as well that I'll share with you, but it's basically the kindest and most helpful weekly publication, and that you'll be able to share with all your clients, with your referral partners, and you'll see it also will help Mother Earth. And so it is really just a remarkable an opportunity that you'll hear about today. And so that's actually some added value today over and above what this process will definitely do. And so, but Dr. As I affectionately call him, Dr. B, asked me to share with you today on one of the experiences that I've had, and that's a automobile accident. And Dr. B just within the last few days actually has lost a dear friend of his, John, and he's with us now, though we all have eternal life. And in a car accident, and so he had called me and said, "Hey, you're fortunate to be, alive." And not only that, but I was in a car accident that totaled my car. In fact, I might even have a picture of it here because a word is a picture is worth a million words, right? That here's a picture of my car there, and so you can see totaled my car. And here's another picture of that. An 18-wheeler was towing an 18-wheeler and got out of control. And so totaled my car, but also totaled my body. And there the handkerchiefs. I'm still smiling in the hospital. And at the time I was paralyzed from the waist down. Doctor said they couldn't perform any type of operation, that I would be paralyzed for the rest of my life. And I decided not to believe them. And one thing I want you to write down is don't honor other people's opinion. You have your own opinion, and when you feel good about that opinion, that is God talking to you, because those good feelings is communication way to talk with God. And so because of that you are able to, when you feel good, the opinion of whatever you're thinking about, whatever topic, that's a most important opinion. So it's between you and God, your source, the universe, whatever words that you feel comfortable with that. But where are those feelings? Where do those feelings come from? And in fact, the communication system, and we'll talk more about that later, so you can really have a handle on what an amazing, brilliant creator that you are. You're a co-creator. You ask, and then the Father does the work and brings you what you want. So anyways, the doctors told me I'd never walk again, paralyzed from my waist down. And so I decided not to believe them. And instead, I just started to think about and see me walking and see me being healthy. And so one day I felt a little motion in my right toe, a little energy there. And so another thing I want you to write down right now is whatever you focus your attention on will grow. So if you focus your attention on and remember this is mindset training here, and so whatever you focus your attention on will grow. So if you think about the bad deal that went south, you'll not only that'll get worse, that deal, but you'll attract more bad deals. Or the argument, or if your right knee is bothering you, think about your left knee. And people go like, what? Yeah, because see, what you want to do is you want to run that left knee, that good energy through your body, and then you'll see you'll be able to heal yourself. So we each have the power to heal ourselves as well as create a empire in our businesses and have plenty of wealth. But money is just freedom, and that's one of our soul's purposes to be here, is for more freedom. And so money is good, but we've been taught, and again, I'm going to help you. And next week is going to be just an amazing week, because I'm going to share with you how you can tap in your subconscious mind and actually change your beliefs and start building your business. Because in fact, if you want to know what your beliefs are, just look at your life, and whatever you're creating or not, that's where your beliefs are. And so I will be able to help you tap into your beliefs and have better beliefs about everything that you deserve. You deserve more money, more health, more wealth, more happiness. And so you're going to get it, and literally will change your life. I've helped thousands of people to do it. Again, it's normally $2,500. All of this is free. Also next week, while we're kind of talking about next week, that I have a talent assessment. You have never seen this. There's 67 talents of mankind, and you're going to be able to, and I'm going to email you that information. I do a short little assessment, and you're going to actually understand what your talents are. 67 talents from the top ones down to the bottom ones, and I'll share with you then how to use those talents to leverage those to become more successful. So there's all kinds of good things in here that you've never heard of, never seen before. But back to my magnificent experience with my car, okay, most people call a car accident, that it was a magnificent experience. It birthed all kinds of wonderful things, to include, because I just was focused my attention on that energy in my right toe, it started to move up as I breathed deeply. It's the fastest way, by the way, to connect with God, your source. And I breathed deeply. Just imagine that energy, focused on that energy, and it went up my leg, across my waist, down my other leg, and voila, the hankers is walking. And so they call me a walking miracle, but the fact is that each one of you are walking miracles. And so if the hankers can do it, you can do it. And so welcome to your royal path to riches. In fact, I just wrote a book, my 13th book, called and 13 is a lucky number. You make it however you want it. 13 can either be unlucky or lucky. And so I make it lucky. And so it's lucky is the best book I've written. And you're going to get that free. And all you have to do is ask me for that. Just email me, drhank@drhank.biz. And I'll give you that, a soft copy of my free best-selling book. It's already a best-selling book. I just had, I think yesterday, over 100 books being purchased by people, and it's just like wildfire going to bless other people. Really what it is, it's prayers, and prayer is your prayer, which is your thoughts. So our prayers aren't when we're on our hands and knees, if you will, and with our hands folded. Our prayers are everyday thought. So I want you to start being a little bit more aware of what you're thinking, because that's in essence your prayer. The final thing I want to share with you is many of us believe that we're really not creators. There must be something working against us, or not on our conspiring against us, whatever. And so I'll share with you why that is. And here's the answer to why some of us think we aren't the creators of our experience. And in fact, I'd like you to write down that I am the creator of my experience, of my life. And so write that down, that I am the creator of my experience or my life. And in fact, you are. The reason why we don't think we are, though, is because we've gone through experiences where we've asked for stuff, right? We've asked for more business or a better relationship or more money or whatever. And so we did our prayer, and, then we ask, where's my stuff? And the fact is, your stuff is all there, but it's not in your bank account yet because you didn't allow it in. So let me share with you and why you didn't allow it in. So it kind of works like this: that let's say you wake up in the morning, and by the way, I'm going to give you what's called a joy shop that has been the most effective way to improve people's mindset, that you're going to get that today, and I'm going to actually email that off to you today. And it's just a marvelous way every morning to start asking for the things that you desire. And so what happens is, let's say in the morning that, let's call this yellow up here, okay? And in the morning that what happens is that you start thinking about, I'm going to have a great day, and I'm going to be on this podcast with Dr. Hank, and it's going to open up my heart and open up my mind, and it's just going to be miraculous. It's going to take me to my path of riches. Okay, that's what you say, and you say, and my travels are going to be smooth and easy, and I'm going to get out of the blue referrals, and I want you to start thinking about those thoughts, by the way, because as you start thinking about them, you'll get out of the blue referrals, out of of the blue business as you start again with this mindset. So let's call that yellow. Okay, so that's up here, yellow. But during the day, as you're driving along, oh, there's a car accident or whatever. And the reason why, by the way, those things happen is because you've been thinking about them and you've actually been fearing them. So fear is the second most powerful attractor to your experience. So whatever you're fearing, the odds are you're going to probably attract it into your life. So if you're thinking like, oh gosh, I hope I have enough money, which really you're saying, I don't have enough money, and I'm questioning whether or not I will have enough money. And so when I start, observing then in life, and I get a call and the deal goes south or whatever. So let's call that red. So we were on yellow. We were praying for that. We were thinking about that. And then we had red. And we were thinking about red or thinking about a previous experience we didn't like or something happened to us during that day. And so what happens is when you mix yellow, like the paint yellow, with the paint red, what you get is you get oranges. And you say, but I didn't ask for oranges. But the fact is, that's why we have gotten the things that we don't want, is because we've actually been thinking about them. So when you say, like, I don't want, I don't want to lose this deal, you actually are asking to lose the deal because the vibration, if you will, the signal you're sending out is losing the deal versus I love keeping this deal. I love having this deal. I love closing this deal. Okay, so you have to understand what end of the situation that you are on. Now, I'm never on agenda. Like I didn't know I'd share all those things with you because they're the perfect words for you, the perfect thoughts for you to embrace. And by the way, I'm looking out the window right now, and there's about a flock of like 20 birds that are flying by, and it's just all nature. It all just means it's like angelic. Okay, and just think of your life now just being angelic, and so it's just different ways to be able to look at this beautiful life and this angelic life of ours. Now, let me. I'm trying to switch the slide, and it's frozen. So let's see here. What has happened? Let me try to get it going. There we go. Okay. So we're going to look at, so here we get to the agenda, and we're 17 minutes into this, and already, if you would just leave with that information, you would have a clear understanding of the creator that you are. But I'm going to even give you a better way and actual tools in order to help you create the life that you want. So we're going to first of all look at a time-proven process that I have created in real estate. So I basically became independently wealthy over 20 years ago with my consulting company, my international consulting company. I pretty much actually retired, started writing my first book, and then I decided to buy a mortgage company. So that's how I got into real estate. And then from a mortgage company, I ended up in Texas. I ended up being a broker with 420 agents. And then I have Agent Wealth Success. It's a national podcast where I've interviewed the top agents, brokers, trainers in America in real estate. And I've asked them questions about what is the secret to your success. So between my training, they call me Dr. Hank because my PhD is in mental science. And that's why I do mindset training, America's #1 real estate mindset training. And you're in the midst of it, standing in it right now. And it's all fun and good. And so between my education, all of my experience, this process that I developed with Procter & Gamble about 30 years ago, and then through all of the opinions of everybody on the top agents and brokers, that I discovered the 5 steps in order to take your real estate business to a whole new level. Make 25 grand a month, that have savings, have investments, have all kinds of things. And you'll see it's easy and fun, and it is. And you're now on your path, literally, because you're here listening to this, you're on your path. So I'll share those 5 steps. We won't get into a lot of detail today on those, but also we're going to look at how thoughts become things. And haven't you heard that thoughts become things? And I'm going to actually show you on how science has proven open on how thoughts become things. And then you'll see that as we get going in this process, that the one thing the scientists forgot was God, and I included in them. So instead of 3 steps, it's 5 steps. And I'll share today, though, the 3 steps on what the scientists say. And then I'm going to share with you the 3 steps to prayer. And so it could be the 3 steps to your thought, to what you want to manifest. But also know that my background, my education also includes, I'm an ordained minister. In fact, just last month, I baptized one of my agents. And I have agents all over the United States that I've been able to bless. And so it's just such an honor to be able to do that. And so I marry people, I bury people. That's kind of what ministers do, if you will. And just to be clear, I love all religions and honor all people as well as religions. And then we're going to look at the magic bullet. And again, I'm going to show you a way in order to get more business this week. So this week, you're going to get more business. And then next week, you're going to get more business consistently for the rest of your career on tapping into your subconscious mind. But this will be a very practical, easy way in order to do it with the magic bullet. And then we'll look at the mother of all creation, and for you to be able to create the type of life that you want in the process of doing that. So let's get going and take a look at the first thing is your real estate GPS to success. So it's 5 steps. And what I would ask these top agents and brokers, hey, what is, what made you so successful? And these agents, brokers, by the way, typically are doing at least 10 million. I think my number one agent is doing 160 million. And so, I would ask, hey, what is your success? And the number one thing that most all of them would say is my mindset. And so good news for you that you're sitting right now, sitting in the number one way in order to increase your business, increase your happiness, increase your life, relationships. You'll see that this literally bleeds into everything in your life, and you're just going to have a better life. It's as easy as that. All you have to do is follow my easy, simple instructions. Doesn't take much time. In fact, you're going to find out that you're going to have way more time and way more business and be happier as long as you do what I ask. So mindset for sure was number one, and you're in the midst of America's number one mindset training. The second thing they said, and they were investing thousands of dollars every month on, is good lead programs. Well, today I'm going to give you just a little bit of one of my lead programs that I have. And that's with Referral Friends. And so I don't call it partnerships anymore. It's just too stagnant. It's too impersonal. And as Dr. B knows, that he and I are just really kind people that want to help people become their greatest possibility. And so it's more about friends, and it's more about building friendships, okay? And relationships is okay, but just this idea about building friendships. And so a way to build friendships and then be able to serve other people and help them with the American dream. So leads programs is the second one that they said they were investing thousands of dollars on. And then the third one that they were investing every month thousands of dollars on is training and development. They would have a coach. Now you have me. Literally, you'll be able to, I kind of tease people. I say, well, now, you have me. You're not only stuck with me in this lifetime, but like for all of eternity now. And so you just call on me whether I'm here in this physical form or not, and I will answer you and I'll help guide you. And but those are the 3 steps that they said. And at the same time, 95% of agents and brokers only have about 3 months to live on as far as any of the savings that they have. And so what I introduced is not only so step 3, I'm the best and the most real estate training in America, but step 4 is that I show you on how to develop savings and investment and 5-year business programs that, and I shared with you on how literally you're going to be able to increase your savings and investment. And then step 5, really the king of it all, if you will, is passive income. And that's where I'm at now, because I understand how to get there, understand how money plays. I don't use the word work much, and how passive income. And so I have an agent that, for example, on a bought an apartment building, and again, I have America's #1. That's the other thing I have is lots of different resources, but I have America's #1 apartment buyer has bought and sold over 10,000 apartment buildings, and then I have people with money, and so the people with money put up all the money. You don't have to put up any, and then they split it with you. Anyways, they bought an apartment building, and she now makes, this agent now makes $12,000 a month passive income. So again, that may not be on your radar yet, step 4 or 5, but it will automatically come under my system and business model that I offer. So this is what you're getting today now is step 1 on this. And again, if you want to learn more about those steps, then just let me know and I can provide you those steps. In fact, there's a webinar, dochankwebinar.com that you can see that's recording, but I'll be happy to show it with you, show it to you as well. So let's get into the mindset and to understand, and again, I would suggest that you write this down because it typically takes people at least 6 times to be introduced to new ideas before they accept them. And so when I was with Procter & Gamble, I helped Procter & Gamble understand that you need to repeat commercials. That's one of the reasons why you see commercials all the time and the same commercial, and you wonder, why do they keep on showing the same commercial? Well, the reason why is that we typically need many times, at least 6 times, before we can accept new ideas. And I promise you already you've heard some ideas that you haven't heard before, and you will continue to. So by writing it down, it helps internalize it. And remember, my only agenda here is to help you become your greatest possibility, to have whatever you're desiring, whether it's personally or professionally. So science has proven, and this is neuroscientists, quantum physics, molecular biologists, they've all agreed just within the last 5 years, which is just a drop in the bucket compared to the eternity of time. And they have discovered that there are 3 steps to create anything that you want. And the first step is that they said it's your thought. So it's not somebody else's thought. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world right now. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. It doesn't matter where your business is, where your relationships are, where you're out there. None of that matters. All that matters is where your thought is right now, because your thought initiates all, according to the scientists, all matter into form. The second thing that they said, the second step in order to create whatever your dreams are, is that your thought then creates energy. And so that's what the scientists call it. What we would call it is our feelings. And so basically the way that is that our thoughts create this signal, if you will, and that signal is sent out then to the universe, to God, and that signal is received and answered immediately. Now, that part of it, the scientists don't get into the God, but I do, and I invite you to as well. And that's why all of our prayers have been answered. It's just that they aren't all in physical form, and I'm going to show you how you can actually get them from that energy state into the state of being into your experience. And so thought creates energy, and then step 3 is that energy creates matter. And that's why thoughts become things. So it is your all-powerful thoughts. However, we have a habitual way of thinking about a lot of things, a lot of subjects, etc. And I'm going to literally help you to change those habitual thoughts that you have into better feeling thoughts that will create a better life for you, better business, etc. So Albert Einstein, and so some people say, oh, Dr. Hank, you're in La La Land, and, get real. And so my response to that, by the way, and you may want to write this down, I'm kind of famous for this quote, it's kind of a fun one, but it's that I don't face reality. Okay, and all of us, by the way, have been told, come on, face reality or get real or whatever. And then we thought, oh, okay, I will. And our parents told us, or, our spouse, or an argument, whatever. And so we've been told, hey, you face reality. And so my response to that is, I don't face reality. I create it. And so do you. And so I don't face reality. Again, write that down. I don't face reality. I create it. So literally, you have the power to do anything that you want. You can be, do, and have anything. And so, and again, the sentence that I thought that I had asked you to write down before, and if you didn't, that whatever you focus your attention on will grow. And so you can look in this world and you can find, like, one of the things I want you to do is don't turn on the news. They have invested millions of dollars to go find bad stuff in the world. To be clear, and again, I'm going to help you with all of that to start getting some real clarity on where your thoughts are, and then how to have those thoughts start creating the things that you desire. So let's look at the 3 steps to prayer. So Mark 11:25 says, ask for in prayer, which means you're thinking, okay? Believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. So the 3 steps to prayer is, first of all, you need to identify what you want. And you may think you understand what you want, like some easy ones are, I want more money, I want more business, whatever. But there's really some deeper things. In fact, I will share with you that you probably haven't even considered. But the only reason why you want all of those things, any of those things, money or better relationship, better health or whatever, it's all so you feel better. And do you know why you want to feel better? Because when you rise up and you feel better, you're aligned with your creator. And so step 1 in starting to create the things that you want to be, do, and have is to identify what you want. Step 2 is turn your focus to the solution. So a great understanding and example of that, when I was a kid, I heard for the first time that Christ had said, turn the other cheek. And at the time, I was growing up with an abusive, emotionally, physically abusive father. And he was in World War II, got shot down, was in a prison camp, and was emotionally all messed up because he was there for 13 months and didn't know if he'd get any food the next day or if they'd shoot him the next day. And so he was going to make his kids tough. And in fact, one of my books, The Happiest Man in the World, it describes some of this in this story. But so because when I heard that about turn the other cheek, I thought, well, when you get hit on this cheek, you just turn the other cheek and you get hit on that cheek. And it actually didn't have anything to do with being hit at all. What it has to do with, when you are focused on something you don't like and don't want, and so when that happens to you, you get a call and you know, a deal goes south. You have an argument with someone, your knee hurts, you know, whatever that case may be, that you're focused your attention on there. So if you will, you're turning that way and your cheek is faced. And so Christ says, turn the other cheek. And what that means is simply to look at what you don't want. So like, let's say not enough business, and just say, that's what I don't want. What do I want? And so ask, what do I want? And that asking, that you will start getting answers. You'll start getting godly thoughts. Literally, God will give you thoughts that you will have. God, your angels, all that is, will start gathering up the people, the circumstances, everything that you want, when you start asking for, what do I want? So in that example of mine, that, you know, I don't have enough business, that the example is turn your other cheek, focus on the solution. Okay, so what do I want? And I want a robust business. I want a constant business. I want, now you can't say, oh, I don't want to worry about where the next deal is, because then you start worrying about the next deal. So you just want to keep it on what you want. And so there really isn't any good or bad. There's wanted and unwanted. And as you start thinking more about the wanted will come to you. So turn your focus to the solution and the answers. So what is the solution? What is the answer? And start asking. You don't have to do the work. That's another place where you get in trouble. Most of us are swimming upstream and we're all tired and exhausted, and none of our desires are up there. They're all downstream. It's all the easy path. So, if you will, that you're here and God knows exactly where you are, God knows exactly where you want to go, and God knows the path to help you to get where you want to go. And that path there, that where I come in is on that path, I'm right there on your path. And so it's just that you've been asking to have more relief, to be happier, more business, more money, whatever, and that God comes a calling. And so I'm kind of like your guardian angel, if you will. And so I'm here to be able to help you to take that path, because all of your desires are down there, the path of most allowing, the path of least resistance. So step one, identify what you want. Step two, turn your focus to the solution. And then the third one is just rest in deep conviction. Like if you're trying to really hurry and do stuff, you're pushing everything away. Rest in deep conviction that it is done. And when you just know that it's done, I've given it, I have the faith and belief that God will deliver it to me. You will have thoughts and people and circumstances and events that will make your days magical, that will make your life magical. And if you can, just get into how it feels to be earning over $25,000 a month consistently every month. Just think about how that feels, how good that feels, or how to have better relationships, or how to feel better, how to maybe you want to travel. I travel the world. I just got back from it. It was a glorious trip, the Christmas European markets. The Christmas markets in Europe, and then I'm going to Asia next month for, I don't know, 3 weeks or something. And by the way, I'm still available to you. Just text me, call me, whatever, and then I'm still there wherever I am. Like I say, whether I'm here physically or not, that I'll always be there to be able to help you. So those are the 3 steps, and so let's get into it and let's actually look at what yours are. So I'm going to send you a desire sheet, but right now, I want you to identify what business goal, professional goal that you desire, and I want you to write it down. And so one of the ways to live in the green zone. So to live in the green zone is where you are being intentional and deliberate about the things that you want. You're thinking about the things that you want. So here is, and by the way, this isn't begging, oh, I want this. This is you being the commander. And you have the whole universe out there, and that you can mold the energy that creates worlds with your thought. Remember, your thought creates it all. So that's how powerful you are. So I'd like you to think about, what do you want? And so maybe in your business, you want to build friendships. And you may say, no, I want more money. Well, friendships will come first, and then the more money. Typically, when people say, well, I want more money, then what happens is you don't get agreement. The Bible says when 2 of you agree, you shall manifest it. And those 2 are your conscious mind, your subconscious mind. So like, this is why affirmations, by the way, don't work. A lot of people, teach, oh, do affirmations. Say affirmations till you're blue in the face. So like they say, I am wealthy with their conscious mind, and the subconscious mind says bullshit. And so, because, your subconscious mind says, hey, come on, you're not that way. And so I'll show you again next week. I'll show you a way in order to get that agreement so you can manifest the things that you want. And so it might be build friendships, serve others with excellence. Okay. And again, with John Beldock, who's just a master at just being such a kind man and helpful man. And he's just all about service. And when you put your heart into it, then all the money will come. And remember, this is about your mindset for your heart and your wallets. This not only will increase your pocketbook, but it'll also increase your heart and your happiness and your your service to others. It might be allow more money to flow. And so again, you just want to be a little easy on that, because typically when you introduce the word, that thought money, that there's a lot of stuff going on there. And that's why most people don't have very much money. In fact, the average real estate agent earns $30,000 a year, and that's it. And I've helped agents, by the way, within about 6 weeks with this mindset, that to generate $30,000 of income, and then they quit because they got the ceiling over their head on what they can do. And again, we're going to get rid of those ceilings for you and attract ideal clients. So you want to get clear on what is your ideal client, first of all, and what is your ideal referral friend. Okay, that remember we talked about referrals, that you have all the business that consistently, and I help agents every day do this, that you have consistently, you right now know all the people you need to know in order to have all the business that you want consistently for the rest of your time. We just haven't been doing a very good job of it. And again, that will specifically lead into one of my programs that actually gets into those referral friendships. But for right now, this is what will be ideal for you, is to get really clear on what your ideal clients are, and then that you want to start attracting them. One key on ideal clients, by the way, is to think of a client in the past that you have and just think about them. If you only think about that client, you'll only attract clients like your ideal client. And then maybe you want to experience more freedom. Remember that money is about freedom. So right now, I'd like you to actually write down, what is your business? What would you like to get in the next 5 weeks that we're together? That what would you like to be able to create, to be, do, and have? And I'd like you to write that down. Again, if it's a money one, that's okay. I'll help you with all that. But for sure, to increase your business, a great one is that I increase my sales every month. Like all of you, I would write that down, because I'm channeling right now, and that would be just ideal for you, that I increase my sales each month. And so if you start saying that, I would do an index card on that. And maybe it's like, I love increasing my sales each month. And if you look, and then put that index card, like maybe on your mirror in the bathroom, or a place where you're walking by a lot, and just, or maybe at your desk, but just keep on seeing that. And what will happen is that will start going into your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious mind will literally create more sales every month. And you'll see that you'll just have more sales every month. Okay, so wrote that down. Now I'd like you to look at your personal goal. And so look at, what do you want to achieve personally in the next 5 weeks to get that, to start being on that path, that royal path to your riches. And so it might be better health. I wouldn't necessarily put down, I want to lose 20 pounds. What happens is people then will lose 20 pounds. And once they've lost 20 pounds, the goal's over with, and then they gain 25 pounds. And so it kind of goes like this, year after year, because we do that. But I want to be healthier. That would be a much better one. In fact, a rule of thumb on your desires is, don't get too specific. That's doing God's work. That it'd be a little bit more general. Maybe you want to increase my relationship. I want to increase my love relationship with someone. That I want to be healthier. That maybe it's, I want to travel somewhere, and then start focusing on where you want to travel. And so that's kind of like vision boards. If you haven't done a vision board, that I would suggest that for 2020, for this year, that you do a vision board and cut out words and pictures of the things that you want. My wife Sharon and I, we do that every year on New Year's Eve, and then we watch everything just start happening, because you don't have to work hard. You can get out of that whole thing about, gee, I need to work hard. In fact, I wouldn't even use that word anymore. The word work, instead use play. So identify a personal goal you wish to have. Marry your family, home, health, social, mental, spiritual, whatever that is. Maybe you desire a closer relationship with God. If you do, you're in luck, because you're going to automatically build a better relationship with God in this process. And so rendezvous with my soul. Maybe that's one of your objectives, is to rendezvous with your soul. Doesn't that sound fun? You know, to feel better. And really that's the whole aim, even though we don't realize it and haven't been brought up that way. It's really everything we want is to feel better. To think about the wanted. You know what I want to do? I want to start thinking just about wanting things. I'm not going to go into all that drama and all that stuff I don't want, because whatever I think about, I create. And so I'm going to start thinking about the things I want and not the things that I don't want. Or flow in the stream of life. Don't you just love that? Just think of yourself just flowing in a boat, going downstream, picking all your desires, picking it like low-hanging fruit, all your desires. And this morning I was walking. I walk typically at least a mile every day. And I was walking, and all of a sudden I realized, oh, I'm walking too fast. I'm not in the stream. I'm not in the flow. And so I just slowed it down a little, and oh yeah, and then just some beautiful thoughts came to me. And one of the thoughts was that I was asking for to open up your hearts and your minds to the magnificence of who you are and what you desire, because your desires are worthy. Every desire that you have actually were birthed with God. And so you should love those desires and know that you deserve them, and you're going to have them now. Hallelujah. Amen. And you didn't know, I know you didn't know you were going to church this morning. But you are, and that's my congregation is the world. So welcome. So let's talk about referral friendships, and it's what I call the magic bullet. And because of time, I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. But referrals are the easiest, no cost, best way to build your business. And they're friendly. It's very easy. That we typically don't receive referrals though, because we don't ask for them and we don't know what to talk about. And that's why today on Sustainable Conversations, where we can talk about the environment, this is something, again, go to eco, and I would write this down, go to ECOBroker.com and order for the first month. In fact, Dr. B is giving it for free. And that you'll be able to get this weekly publication. That's the friendliest, and I just love, it's the kindest and most helpful weekly publication that there is. But it's a great way, that would give you something to talk about. What do I talk about when I talk to these referrals? And then we don't receive referrals because we think we're the only ones benefiting. So I want to help you with your belief about that when you ask for people for other things that we've been brought up, oh, don't be selfish and all these nonsense type of things. But the fact is that you're going to help everybody. That when you have asked for referrals, ask for people. And so what that means is you just ask for, hey, do you know anybody that's, looking to buy or sell in real estate, that I'd love to be able to help them. And so what you're doing is you're blessing everybody. You're blessing your friend, because your friend is going to be able to bless and feel good about blessing their friend, because they're giving you, because you are the best real estate agent there is. Why? Because you're at the time, you're the one that created that entire event on getting all those connections and everything. And so you are the most caring, the best one in order to have. And so this week, one of your success steps is, I want you to think, and right now I want you to think about, who could you call, kind of build that friendship with, and who could you call and ask about, and think about who's given you referrals before. Maybe you just want to call them and say, I want to thank you so much for giving me referrals. And this year, I want to serve more people than ever. And who do you know? And so the answer is, the question is, who do you know? Because they know at least 250 people. And out of those 250 people, typically 10 to 12 people are looking to buy or sell some type of real estate, okay? So every person can be a referral friend to you, where you help them, that helps the people that they know. So I'd like you to write down right now a person you're going to contact this week and ask for help. And basically you ask for help, and I'll help you a little with the dialogue on what that is. So your ideal friend is, you should be really clear. Who is my ideal friend? They're well connected in the community, could be previous clients, family, loan officers, hairdressers, insurance agents, whoever you write a check to. But I'd like you to start writing down on who could be really a great person that I could start talking to. You will be amazed at the magic that happens here as you become intentional this week with calling out friends that where you could serve them and the people that they know. And then also people that may be interested in contributing to the well-being of Mother Earth. And I bet you've never even thought about that idea before on who could I reach out? Who do I know that maybe wants to contribute to the well-being of Mother Earth? Because ecobroker.com is going to give you all the information on a weekly basis that you're going to be able to send to them and share and have something in common and be able to save money for them, save monthly costs for them, save on mortgages. I mean, all kinds of wonderful things, plus save Mother Earth. So it's a beautiful thing, and I want you to think about sustainable conversations and talking about the environment and having a better planet for now and for our children and our children's children. And what I love on with Dr. B is him. He loves saying, in fact, I think it's patented, that he wants to stay on top of mind and top of heart. And that's how you want to be with people, is you want to be on top of mind with them for when there's a real estate opportunity. How many times have you known somebody where they all of a sudden say, oh, I just bought a house, and they go, why didn't you use me? Okay, well, this is a way to stay top of mind and top of heart, which I just love. And it's a way to find green money with lower interest rate, lower monthly bills. And again, go to ecobroker.com for this weekly publications. That's the most helpful and friendliest publication that there is. And then you can start building a list also of eco-friendly business partners. And this is a whole new perspective that actually Dr. B from Eco Brokers has provided and given me. Is he said, hey, this is a new way to hook up with people that are working with other people that can actually help you to build your business and give you referrals. So think of someone that does solar right now and call them today, but you have to write it down. You have to take action, as long as it's inspired action, okay? I don't want you to just do, because if you do, you get do. Okay? And so we don't want to just do. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we're inspired. And when you get inspired, and if this inspires you, then I want you to move on it. And then meet with your ideal referral partner and ask for help. And then you can talk again about the environment. You can talk about their pocketbook, how they can save money, but you're asking for help. And all people love to help other people. And so for you to go to another person, you're giving them an opportunity to help another person, and that's you, and you deserve it. And then share your goal. And your goal might be, hey, this month I'd like to help 3 families, with the American dream. I love that American dream, and to add that, in your verbiage as you're speaking with them. And then ask why they would benefit. So ask your referral friend, if you will, ask, why would you benefit from this? And if they don't have an answer, say, well, wouldn't you be helping your friends and people and maybe other businesses, or maybe your boss, whoever, maybe get a pay raise out of it. There's all kinds of ways, but we have to open up our minds to realize that you are benefiting everybody by going and asking. And then share your ideal client and let them know who you're looking for. It might be an area, a specific market that you're looking for people in that area, or it might be business owners or people with higher income or whatever that may be, or first-time home buyers. But you will be amazed at how by you doing this week. And again, if you're starting to think like, oh, I've done that before and hasn't, just stop that. That's what you don't want. That I'm sharing with you. This is one way, and this will lead to other things, and you'll see how this will lead as you do this one inspired step on how this will lead to it. So the final thing, we just have a couple of minutes here, that the mother of all creation, and basically it is called the joy shop. And this is where you invite your soul with you. This is where you invite God with you. When you start to include and invite every day consciously God with you, your soul, your inner being, your higher self, the universe, whatever words resonate best with you, when you invite them into your life will start being magical. And literally, I have magic happening to me all the time. And so will you now. That when you start thinking just about the things that you desire and you start doing this joy shop and inviting your soul with you, inviting God with you, you're going to see a whole new life. It just takes 15 minutes every day. I'm going to send it to you. You're going to get it via email and you're going to read. It's just one page on good feeling thoughts about inviting God into your day. And then on the second page is going to be 3 things that you're going to write down. And this literally is going to improve your mindset. And it's going to open up your world to more abundance and prosperity and wealth than you have ever imagined. And so you want to read that joy shop. And then you want to write down 3 things. And again, you'll have this on the email. But the first thing is to write down and to get more clarity of really what you want. Again, you think you know what you want, but as you start writing that down, that you'll start, it's kind of like peeling back this onion and really getting into your heart on the things that you desire. The second thing I'm going to ask you to do is to write down what you appreciate. Now, what you appreciate, what happens is you start thinking about what you appreciate. It tells the universe, I want more of it. And what will happen is God will deliver to you more of whatever you're appreciating. So our minds actually have been trained to think about what we don't appreciate. So when you get home, hey, how was your day? Oh man, this happened bad, that happened bad, whatever. When you start looking for what did happen well today, and for all of us, we woke up. Okay, so there's number one. You can start out real easy is that, hey, I woke up. And then number 2, hey, you were on this, you listened to this. This is giving you the opportunity, the path, if you will, that you're now literally walking on your lighted path to all the things that you have wanted, all the things that you want to be, do, and have. So the second step is to write down, typically in the last 24 hours, what you appreciate. And a real good exercise is to look at your whole life, because all of us need to write a better story about our life. Like my childhood, I could say, oh, my dad was real abusive. I just forgot that. What I did is I took every 5 years and I looked for one good thing. The one good thing I found is I remember going to the circus with my dad. And he bought cotton candy, and I didn't know what cotton candy was. And I had my first bite of cotton candy, and oh my gosh, was it good. But you maybe want to rewrite your life every 5 years and just look for one good thing, one wanted thing that you have. And as you start changing that story, because see, you're vibrating with some of those old bad stories and those exes or whatever. So by the way, if you do have an ex or anybody you're mad at, that you want to bless them. Because actually, all of those things that have happened that you didn't like are really a blessing, because it helped you to understand, that's what I don't want. What do I want? And so bless those people, because if you don't, first of all, bless those people, you will hold yourself down. And you won't be able to be on your path because you're thinking about how mad or how unjust or whatever. So thus, what you do is you bless them and you say, thank you so much, because I know now the type of people I don't want to attract. Okay, so the opposite of that would be, gee, I want to attract kind, loving, wonderful people, people that help me to my desires. You probably never have asked that, and I want you to write that down. I want to attract people that help me to my desires. Because remember, your desires are godly, so when your desires are satisfied, it helps everybody. And so thus, yeah, I'm going to start attracting people that help me to my desires, and kind people and loving people and similar-minded people. But as you start calling forth these new thoughts now, you'll see that you have the power to be able to invite everything that you want into your life. The third step is to pre-pave your day. And basically what that means is to look at your day. How do I want it? And so start saying to yourself, how do I want this day? I want my travels to be smooth. Don't even say traffic. Traffic is a low vibrational day word. That I want to, out of the blue, attract a referral partner. Out of the blue, I want to have a client come, just out of the blue. If you're strapped for money right now, ask for it. If you do it in a kind, easy way, I want a cash buyer right now. And you'll see you'll be able to do that as long as you're just easy about it. If you're going, I'm going to have, this, it's not going to work. You're pushing it away. But when you have faith and just know you do the asking, the Father does the work, and here's my asking. And this is how I would like to have it. And I would be, again, more general. I'd like to have more business. I'd like to have more sales. I love the idea. And so write this down. I love the idea of, and whatever it is, I love the idea of getting a cash buyer, because that your subconscious mind can handle, because you do love that idea. Okay, but I'm going to get a cash buyer this week, or else that you're not going to get a cash buyer. So pre-pave your day the way that you want. I want to laugh more. I want to smile more. I want to enjoy more. And the more that you're doing that, the more that you will see that you will have the things that you want. So your success steps: complete your desire sheets, meet with at least one referral partner this week. And again, I'm going to send you an email on that. Complete your talent assessment. You're going to know there's 67 talents of mankind. It's a $300 assessment. You're going to get it for free. Only takes about 15 minutes. You've never seen it before. You've never had it. And I'm going to be able to measure you by 1/10 of a point, a percentage point on all of your talents, all 67 talents, the top ones, the lower ones, and then start creating your life each day the way you want it with your Joy Shop. And so those are the 4 easy success steps for you to do. Start expecting wonderful things. Expect out of the blue things. Look at that little guy with the heart. Big, happy surprises. So I want you to write down, I want big, happy surprises today. Okay, and if you start, that would be a great on the card index. Big, happy surprises. When you do, you'll see you'll have big, happy surprises. Most important thing you can do is to feel good. So focus on and ask for, I want to feel better today. I want to feel great today. I want to have better feeling thoughts today. And as you think those, that God will deliver that onto you. So expect your life to start becoming better and better. And it's starting right now. There's my contact information. Let me know how I can help you. I thank you all for being on this, and that this is just the start of a glorious life that you have asked for that is now coming your way. All the best. Love you. Bye-bye. All right. Let me unmute you guys here if anybody wants to unmute all. There we go. Hey, anybody have any comments? What did you like best? Dr. B, what did you like best?
Well, thank you, Dr. Hank. I just thought that was priceless. You were really at your Dr. Hank greatest today, really. You were absolutely just from the heart, and I so appreciate you, really.
Those are thank you.
Just the tried and true, heartfelt laws of attraction focus, if you will. It's just great stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, great, you bet. And what's the one thing that that you think like would be most helpful for you any thought or action or anything that was brought up.
I think that PCA, Positive Coaching Alliance, positive affirmation,
Yeah.
affirm what you really what you want and where you want to go and how you want to bring it, pave your day,
Yeah.
focus on how you want to affect, a positive solution, how you want to care for others.
Yeah.
I just, that is absolutely just right on. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
In every way.
Great. And what about you, Nancy? Hi. Hi.
Can
What
you?
did you like best?
Oh my God! Can you see me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh my God!
I can hear you and see you, darling.
Oh my God! I truly love this class.
Oh,
Enjoy it. At the end of everything, I feel my soul so live, and I believe in everything can happen.
that's beautiful. That's all you need, Nancy. That
You
belief
know,
thing.
I love you from the bottom of my heart. You know, I do. And every time I have an opportunity to talk about you, I always say, I follow Dr. Hanks. Have you guys hearing? Have you know who it is? I'm like, oh my God, he's very, very good. I truly love you, Dr. Hanks.
Oh, well, I love you and thank you, Nancy. And what did you today, what do you think you can take with you that would be most helpful for you?
Well, everything it was helpful. I have to put my hands on to make it happen. I need to start making calls.
Yeah.
And just I think what I need to practice more is the 15 minutes every morning, because I got distracted with the phone on Facebook. And the most important is get a connection with my soul and God.
Yes. Beautiful.
That is
Beautiful.
the first thing.
Yeah. So you do that, and then I'll help you with the other stuff, because I don't want you to be thinking kind of like, oh, I got to make calls. That I'd rather you get connected, and then you all of a sudden get some thoughts from God on like, oh, I want to call this person. It'll be fun for you. And so that's what I think will be most helpful for you on that.